and the city they're joining us from. So we're going to continue that tradition today. So I appreciate that you all kindly just state your name, what you do for a living, and the city you're joining us from. Okay, just click on the chat button and you can type it. I hope the chat button is enabled. I want to also welcome those of you joining us across various social media platforms, whether you're joining us on YouTube or you're joining us on Instagram or you're joining us on Facebook, across the globe, wherever you're joining us from. Welcome, and please state your name, what you do for a living, and where you're joining us from. So can the admin make sure they enable comments, because I think the chat comment isn't enabled. So somebody, yes, the chat is disabled. Okay, it's been enabled now, so you can chat now. We have Babatunde Salawu, real estate developer, Nigeria. Okay, are you planning to come to invest in the UK? Shegun Akolade, that's my middle name. Where are you joining us from? What do you do? Joseph Adeshino, UK. Walhampton is a nurse. I'm Chi, joining from London. I'm a police officer. Okay, police. Well, London police is not like Nigerian police that when they say police is your friend in London, truly police is your friend. So it's in Nigeria that you need to be careful. Okay, who else do we have? We have Shaw Billionaire, property developer, United Kingdom. Chima Ishaku Emmanuel again. Chima, what do you do for a living and what city? Sunday Olatunji, London mortgage advisor. Oh, Sunday we need to meet, right? So that you can see how you can help me and my clients who are investing in the UK. So Sunday, please send me a message on, let me see. Joshua, can you put up my UK line so that Shagun can reach out? See why it's good to introduce yourself, because sometimes because sometimes you don't know what you are looking for is also good for you. Chima Lagos is a student. Oluwaseyi Ibironke real estate agency management based in Lagos. We have here Walter Adedayo Adetunji, UK, data scientist. Chibo says you are safe, sir. Okay, no wala. Now I'm free to walk around London. Esosa, a real estate marketer, Aja. Esther from Lagos. I'm a realtor, open to learning and training. Choma Okanu, UK student. All of you who are calling yourself student, real estate sector is one of the areas that you can easily work while you're a student and nobody is really tracing anything to you, because the property brokerage as an agent is kind of a bit informal. And so you can always arrange how you get your money without somebody being on your throat. Anthony Bay, healthcare recruiter, United Kingdom. Engineer Olusegun Austin Ibitoye, business consultant for UK franchise and international NetWave Limited UK. Baba, you have come to market now. Shegun Akolade, real estate developer, broker, Lagos, Nigeria. Folu from UK. I work as a nurse. By the way, Joshua, there was a lady that helped to anchor the healthcare, that was the judge for the healthcare for Sivakta Foundation. kindly send an invite for the dinner on she's based in the UK. You remember the lady?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please send her right now. Invite for the dinner on Saturday. Saeed Aziz, Wellwyn Garden City, software engineer. Veronica, sales manager, Gafford Homes, Lagos. Riwan Adeniji. Riwan Adeniji, what do you do? And where are you joining us from? So he's a mechanical engineer in London. And then Lawal Sakajojo, real estate developer based in Lagos. So I've dropped my number. All of you should type the number. +44 9749652845. Again, +44 7949652845. I have, of course, one and only Lola Bajulaye, the woman that wants me to become the president of Nigeria. And I've told her if she wants me to contest as the president of Nigeria, Lawa, I didn't ask you to drop your number. I only gave my number for those who are in the UK or in Nigeria or anywhere else who want to attend Saturday events, as well as the man that is into mortgage advisory that I talked to. So Lola Bajulaye wants me to be president of Nigeria. I've said if she will be my DG, relocate from the UK, come to Nigeria and be my campaign DG, yes, I will contest. Well, good to see you, ma. How are you doing today? Olawale, teacher in Nottingham. Okay, you're all welcome. And as you're joining us, tell me your name, what you do for a living, and the city you're joining us from. So this is a pre-event for those of you just joining us, meaning we are looking at some of what we'll be discussing during the main event that is taking place on Saturday. So there are two events taking place on Saturday, and it's important that you know the two events. So if you are in London, the first event is something you want to attend, and I'm just going to play this video for you so that you understand what we're celebrating, okay, on Saturday. So the first event is a dinner between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. on Saturday. It is free, it's not paid, but it's strictly by invitation only. Okay, so you must have been invited to be able to come. To get the invite, you can chat me on the number I just gave you. But of course, it's physical, so if you're in the UK.
It breaks my heart. They ain't believe in us.
Okay, so this is the Forbes, in fact, it's a 2-in-1 award. Forbes 2023 leading Best of Africa leading investment coach, and then Forbes 2023 real estate mogul. So the award was given on Tuesday here in London. But of course, as you can see how packed the venue was, I couldn't bring, I think I only had 5 of my people join me. So we've decided to put together a dinner to celebrate the award with friends, investors, here in the UK. Like I said, it's free, but it's strictly by invitation. It's at Gloucester Hotel East by 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. There's enough to eat, there's enough to drink, and we're able to network and meet each other better. The second event that we then have, that one is starting earlier before the dinner. It's starting same Saturday, but it's starting by 11 a.m. in the morning. That is a paid event. Okay, it's not free, it's a paid event, and it's called the Real Estate Investment Masterclass. And basically what we do in those, we've done several editions across different countries, but what we do in those trainings is to break down the strategies to become a real estate investor across 4 major cities that we operate. So in case you don't know, GTEx operates in 4 continents: the UK, the US, the Middle East, that's Dubai, and then Africa. Okay, so we're able to share. Can you guys hear me very well? Someone was saying volume earlier. Can you hear me very well? If you can hear me very well, just type I can hear you very well. Okay, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. So this is the event taking place on Saturday. Again, the fee is £1,000. We gave a discount that ended, I think, on Tuesday, where you could pay 50% of the fee. So instead of £1,000, pay £500. Now, let me state that this event is 100% money back guaranteed. It means that if you come for the event, you attend the event, you sat down, you participate in every aspect of it, and it's not what you paid, we'll refund your money back to you. Okay, because we're not, it's not about the money or anything. In fact, cost of your meal, cost of the venue, okay, is over £250 already, aside the materials and all that you're going to learn. Okay, so that is very important. But I want to take my time today as a pre-event to share with you some of what we're going to be learning during that masterclass in the UK. So let me start by asking you, how many of you here are based in the UK? You can type me. However, how many of you are here joining me? You are not based in the UK, but you want to learn about real estate, investment in the UK. So if you're interested, just type me as well. So you're not yet in the UK, or you are looking at investing in the UK, because this event is hybrid. So you can attend virtually or you can attend physically, but guess what? It's the same price. And the reason why it's the same price, because the value of what we're going to be giving you is worth over £5,000. And when you come, you will understand the opportunities and what you learn and the exposure and how you're going to learn a lot about building wealth. So the first thing you're going to be learning, that we're going to be looking at, during the class, and I'll just give you a few tips here and there. And then, of course, during the class tomorrow, we'll learn more, is how you can build a multi-million pound property portfolio. And there are about many routes to that. So I'm going to be sharing with you today because of our time. Okay, again, our time. We don't have all that time. So because of our time, I will share with you 4 routes. However, during the training, you're going to be learning about 7 to 8 routes to building a multi-million dollar, multi-million pound property portfolio here in the UK. So are you ready for me? If you're ready, type I'm ready. Okay, come on, talk to me. If you're ready, type I'm ready. Okay, beautiful. I can say Joseph is ready. Babatunde is ready. Sunday is ready. By the way, if you know other people who are based in the UK, kindly share the link of this Zoom with them and invite them to come, because to tell somebody to come for a training of £1,000, they're going to quite be reluctant. But if they finish the next 1 hour with me, they will thank me for making it that cheap. Okay, I can assure you. In the next 30 minutes, you will thank me for making the training that cheap. Because you need to know that it is rare to find people who have done things that have made them wealthy and then are magnanimous enough to teach it. How many of you agree with me? Particularly amongst Africans. We Africans, once we know something and we made money from that thing, we hide it. Even when that somebody else does it, does not affect us, right? Because, for example, you starting your real estate business in the UK does not affect my own real estate business here in the UK. It's a big market. But in Africa, everybody wants to hide what has helped them to become successful. And I think that's why we're not replicating many wealthy people, okay? Because once you know it, you keep quiet. It's just your trade secret. And in the US, you know, not in the UK, UK is also conservative. They don't want you to be rich here. I hope you know that. But in the US, why I love the US generally, if you make $1 million in the US, you write a book about it. You break down the process. Do you agree with me? If you agree, just type I agree. That's why you have a lot of people like Donald Trump. They've evolved. When Donald Trump started real estate in Manhattan, he wrote a book about it. You know, Damien John, Grant Cardone, they write a book. Oh, this is what I did. This is a strategy. You know, and that's why you keep seeing more millionaires and billionaires emerge out of the United States. But in Africa, we don't want to teach it. And we so are bad at it that even when people are willing to teach it, want to do so, you're reluctant. You don't even believe they want to teach it. You are, you know, say, oh, me too, if I had known those things, I won't teach it. And I think that's wrong, you know, because it doesn't in any way affect in any way. But the only thing is that nobody's going to teach you what has made them multi-millionaires for free. There has to be something in it for them, right? So don't expect me to spend 5 hours with you in the hotel here in the UK, where I have paid over 6,000 today, you know, yeah, 6,900 and something pounds to the hotel for venue, for food, for all of that. And then I make it free, right? It doesn't work that way. There must be value for value. Even you will not value what I'm teaching you if it's all just free and free and free. So it's important that value for value. I want to teach you principles that work, but you also agree that it's fair to pay for it as well. Like I said, I will try and give some of you this. I will reverse the 50% discount for some of you tonight if you are ready to pay tonight. So 4 routes to building a real estate portfolio. The first one is the buy to rent, HMO. Everybody type buy to rent HMO. So a lot of the houses here, again, this is just like an intro, so don't go into, oh, but it has this problem, it has that problem, it has this one, it has that. Listen, your job as an entrepreneur is to solve the problem. If it was easy, everybody else would be doing it. But there are certain properties in the UK that is probably 3-bedroom or has a big backyard, big garden, and you can convert the same 3-bedroom to a 5-bedroom, to a 6-bedroom, to a 7-bedroom. In fact, one of the guys who call me mentee here in the UK currently now has over £7 million property portfolio. £7 million, and you can check him out. What's his name again? His name will come to mind very soon, right? And he does training as well. So Daniel Moses, right? You can check him out online. Daniel Moses was an Uber driver here in the UK and has now built over £7 million property portfolio here in the UK using buy to rent, HMO model. So the process is simple. You, of course, get a mortgage, you buy this particular property, then you get a bridging loan to renovate the property and, of course, turn it from 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom to 6-bedroom or 7 or 8, depends on the space and the permits you're able to get. Now, suddenly, of course, everything ensues. And so, and this is becoming a modern trend because an average person wants a 1-bedroom that is in suits. In other words, I have my toilet, everybody can share living room and the kitchen, but most people want to have their toilet. Now you structure it that way. The rent is as low as, £1,000 each. You see now, the property then starts generating £6,000 or more, depending on the location. Some are up to 1,500. Some are 800, depends on the location. Now, the beauty about this is that by the time you're done with the bridging loan to rebuild the property, you can now go for refinancing. And what happens is that you can now get another funds where you pay in the previous loans that you got, okay? And then for the rest of your life, you are getting the rental income from that property, which is an average at the moment, maybe £6,000. Now, when you take other bills out of it, from each property, you can be getting £3,000, £4,000 cash coming in every month. So you do property 1, property 2, property 3, and it keeps going. And remember, there's also, equity building up on those property as time goes on. Does this make sense at all? By the way, does it make sense? If it makes sense, type it makes sense. It makes sense. By the way, Joshua, are you also taking notes? Joshua. If it makes sense, can you type it makes sense, it makes sense?
Yes, I'm taking notes.
I'm waiting for all of you. If it makes sense, type it makes sense. It makes sense, it makes sense. Oh, beautiful. So I'm happy to hear it makes sense. Now, let me be honest with you. It's not as easy as I've said, okay? And tomorrow, sorry, I said tomorrow, on Saturday, when we settle down and break down the process, you also see that it's not as easy as I've just put it, right? There's so much to it, but you're going to be learning everything on Saturday, step by step, step by step, step by step. So with that blueprint, you can easily start your journey. And one of the beautiful things I'm also committing to, for those of you who then still further build relationship with me, I'm willing to even work you through as you start that journey as well. Okay, but it is doable. There are a lot of people making money who have become millionaires. I'm talking about rag to riches. Nobody. These are guys that struggle in this city, right? And today, they're living the best of lives. And it's important to also say this. How many of you work in, somewhere you're an employee at the moment, but you are based in the UK? If you're an employee and you're based in the UK, just type me. I want to please encourage you. Moving from being an employee to being an entrepreneur, it's a very tough journey, right? It's a tough journey. I often say this. I said, for you to, remain poor, okay, you need to be very intelligent. In fact, for you not to be an entrepreneur, you need to be very intelligent. So I'll give you an example. If I had known what I know today, if I knew I'll go through what I've gone through, let me be honest with you, I would not have been an entrepreneur. Many of the challenges I've faced in the real estate business, if I knew I would face those challenges, I would not have started real estate. But guess what? Looking back now, do I regret it? No, I do not. Because it's changed my life. It's put me in a position to be able to impact my family, to build a good legacy, to build a good name. Why am I saying this to you? Because in the journey of what I'm going to be teaching you, it's not going to be as easy as it looks. But years later, you look back and you'll be grateful that, oh, I met Dr. Stephen, I paid £1,000 and I did his training and my story has changed. You will thank me for that. But it's not going to be an easy process. And you need to prepare your mind that, you know what, it is worth it. So whatever the challenges I'm going to face, I will put it in. Because what has made most of us not to become entrepreneurs, and before you know, you put in 10 years, 20 years in the UK. And when we look at your income, when you look at how wealthy you are, okay, you are wondering, where did my money go? How many of you can relate to what I'm talking about? You're asking yourself, where did my money go? How come I've been here 10 years, 20 years? And if you're not even careful, any other person that spent lesser year than you in the UK, you say, we don't know what they are doing. I can't trust those people. Who knows? But you are not facing the fact that you refuse to take risk. I always say this, and very powerful. I said, what is currently your bank account right now is a function of your risk level. In other words, If you hate what is in your account right now, you hate your wealth status, change your risk level. We got here by taking risks. I'm getting Forbes award. I got Forbes award on Tuesday as the real estate mogul, as the investment coach, all these things, several awards, several opportunities, building real estate assets all over the world. I won't get here if I didn't take risk. There were days we almost crash. So this training that is happening on Saturday is not for you if you don't want to take risk. If you will go through the training and say, I won't try it, it's too risky, don't bother come, right? Keep your money, okay? Just keep your money, don't bother come. But if you know that this phase of my life, I'm ready to take decisions, I'm ready to build wealth, I'm ready to go through all, because ultimately it's worth it at the end of the day. One day, after some very challenging experience in the business sector, I had to call my wife. I said, babe, what we have had to go through in business, if you were to marry me again, will you be willing to take this path? And she looked at me as absolutely. It's been tough, but I have no regret because I'm way better than my colleagues who didn't take risk. Okay? So are you ready for number 2? If you're ready, tap, I'm ready, I'm ready. It's important. You may think I'm hard on you, but I'm being honest with you. Okay? If you don't want to take risks, don't bother. Don't even come for the training. Okay? You have a chance now not to try it. If you think it's just going to be easy, it's not easy. Okay? So, but you can do it. Number 2, which is a very, very easier route, and you can do that as well, is auction, right? And again, all these things, this is just like an intro. This is a pre-event. We're just giving you like an intro. It's not the core training. So when you come on Saturday, we'll go into detail. It's auction. And I think this is the easiest for, okay, this and deal sourcing. These and deal sourcing are the easiest for all of you here to start with, because it's not, again, it depends on how you know how to play your game. There are like 2 routes to auction. So for auction, you go bid for a property. You have 30 days to pay for the property. And the strategy, and that's why I said it might be one of the easiest. The strategy is that within that 30 days, right, you can get somebody else to buy that same property. Okay? And then the person, maybe you're making £30,000, a £40,000, adding on top of, the price you got it at auction. So at the end of the day, your own money wouldn't, because you have that 30 days to pay. So at the end of the day, you may end up not even using your money, right? You may end up using the money of the client. We did this in one of the deals in the US. The property was for $10 million. And this, again, you may say I'm lucky, but again, I did my research. I knew that property was sold below the market price. The owner was just desperate. It's opposite a project. They're doing billions of dollars, amazing project. So I know how to select land banking. I did this on a landed property. And then in 90 days, it was a 90 days deal. We're going to pay in 90 days. But within 90, of course, you make some other, payments, which are lesser, just tied, deposit money, little other money. I think everything amounts to about $100,000 or something. But within 90 days, we're able to get another company who then was buying it for $20 million. Whatever I needed to get out of it, I got. They ended up paying, and I made it my profit, and I moved on to another deal. Does this make sense to you? How many of you think this is cool? If it's cool, type cool. Right? So this you can do with auction, and it works better with auction because the property market in the UK is just too slow. I personally have an issue with it. Right? I have one of my clients buying one of our properties we sell here. It took us more than 3 months to close. Right? We work with, we do brokerage with Berkeley Group here in the UK. And I'm just like, what's going on here? How can it take a whole 3 months to close one deal. One, right? But auction seems to be the fastest way, right, to closing when it comes to real estate deals here in the UK, because you have a 30 days to close and you can quickly, but again, during the training, we'll look at what are the things to do, what are the strategies to put in place. How do you then source for somebody else who is buying it, after you've tied down for 30 days? All those things we'll look at during the training. Now, how many of you think based on just these two alone, the £1,000 for the Saturday 5-hour class on this business is worth it? How many of you think it's worth it? Just based on the intro on the two businesses you're going to be learning. If you think it's worth it, just type it's worth it, it's worth it. Just based on these two. Okay? Because here's an opportunity that even from the first deal you make, you're making 30x, 40x, 50x from your first deal. Okay? Of what you use. And the knowledge is yours forever. You can pass it on to other people and still charge them to teach them. You can pass it on to your children, pass it on to your relatives and families to help them, right? So, like I said, it's a hybrid training. If you can't come down to London, you can join virtually and learn. I tell people this: anybody who is ahead of you at something, okay, they are not better than you. They just know what you don't know. How many of you agree with me? If you agree, just type I agree. I say it again. Anybody better than you, higher than you at anything, okay? They are not smarter. They are not more intelligent. They just know what you don't know, and they acted on what they know. Okay? If you agree, type I agree. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. I have an adopted mother here in the UK. I call her Grandma. Grandma is 84 this year. And she sent me a message this afternoon. I mean, she's coming tomorrow. She always brings me food. We co-author her book during her 80th called Feeling 40 at 80. If you see Grandma, she still works. She still takes the metro. She's based here in London and living so strong. She's probably even stronger than me. Okay. And, she sent me a message and said, my son, you are adding weight. You know what? I will bring you some things I eat that has helped me to keep my weight down. Okay? So somebody else will see Grandma now. She's lived 84, strong, move around, lives alone, does not need anybody to carry her. And say, it's grace, it's grace, it's grace, Grace, sit down there. You better, okay, go and learn what Grandma knows and practice what Grandma knows if you then want to live long and healthy. Is this making sense at all? Because we just, particularly those of us who are Africans, we just love this assumption, this God will do it. God is not an irresponsible God. God will not do for you what you can do for yourself. You owe it to yourself to take personal responsibility for your finances. You owe it to yourself, even if you will not do it, to learn the pathways to wealth, the various options to building wealth. You owe it to yourself, even if you don't want it, for your children, right? You owe it, right? I never traveled out of Nigeria in my entire life until I was 28 years old. My children started doing 4 vacations in a year since the age of 4. The oldest since the age of 6. That is the way life should be. You should be an improvement on the next generation. You should be able to build a life that, if it's not about, because sometimes people think this money thing is just about showing off. No, sometimes it's about providing quality life for your family. Being able to, I've seen people fall victim of so many things, and I just like, this is as a result of poverty, right? These children, I've seen children abused at the age of 5. And it was just because of the poor environment that the parents were living in. If they were wealthy enough, right, and were able to put certain, structure in place. Okay, where I live now, there's CCTV camera everywhere. I mean, there's enough. So how can somebody go and be abusing my children? Right? So are we learning, by the way? Are we learning? So I'll take 2 more. Are we learning? If you're learning, type I'm learning, I'm learning, I'm learning. Okay. Number three is buy. Okay, sorry. Number three is off-plan purchase, right? Off-plan property purchase, right? Now, off-plan property purchase is one of the cheapest ways to secure real estate at a more affordable rate. How do I mean? When you're buying property when it's fully built, in fact, sometimes we call it secondary market, the person not only will have put in the cost of production, but has also put in future profit because, again, he's doing business to make profit. So, but when you are doing off-plan, because the person has not finished paying, again, you have to be careful, make sure you're dealing with credible companies. Because they have not finished paying, then you have enough equity and then you have enough value and you're also able to pay at a longer period. So I have a property I sold here in the UK. My client was able to spread the payment, of course, got mortgage as well. But not just that, is that as at the time he was buying, he already had almost £200,000 equity or capital appreciation on the property. Now, somebody said this powerful quote, and I agree with the person. Smart real estate investors make money when buying and not when selling. Can everybody type it here? Smart real estate investors make money when buying and not when selling. Everybody type it. Whether you're watching on Zoom or you're on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever platform you're watching. Smart real estate investors, what? Make money when buying and not when selling. Everybody, I want to type it. I'm waiting for you guys to type it. Smart real estate investors make money, okay, when buying and not when selling. What happened? I'm not seeing comments. Okay, you are busy typing. Okay, smart real estate investors make money when buying and not when selling. So when you see people who are very smart, and I do the same, as at the time I'm buying property, I'm making sure I'm buying it, okay, at a point where I am very certain that I am making profit. I'm buying it below the market price based on one issue or the other. And that way I know that guaranteed, no matter what happens, no matter the story, economic change, one story, I am not going to be at a loss because I'm entering that deal already making profit. In other words, if I even sell it, okay, if I sell it few months after buying it, okay, it will have carried in the capital appreciation into it or the equity into it. So we're going to be looking at that. But to do this again, where are you buying? Location is very critical. How close is it to the train station? You know, or how close is it to a big medical center? Or how close is it to a big educational institution? Or how close is it to a big stadium? You know, so there are factors to look into that guarantees capital appreciation on such properties. And then you also look, and those factors also guarantee rental income, because in this kind of deal, you're making money twice. You're making money, capital appreciation and rental income. Number 4 is rent to rent. This is probably the easiest to do because this one with 10,000 pounds, you can start. Okay, however, it's not all landlords that will agree to this. In fact, my deal with you guys that are coming for the training on Saturday, whether you're coming physically or virtually, is that get me a rent-to-rent property, even if you don't have all the money, okay? I'm willing to partner with you and still cut and you know, supply the rest, and then we still share profit. I don't know if you think that's cool, right? Because this you can start with as low as 10,000 pounds. Right? Who thinks this is good? If you think it's cool, type now. Don't just raise your hand. Indicate. Okay, who is in? By the okay, let me put it this way. Who is in on this one? Okay, Chibo say that's sick. Okay, so if you get me the specification, I'm going to tell you what I'm looking for. In the situation by, okay, doctor, I don't have up to the total amount we need. Maybe I can raise 5,000. I will raise the remaining 5,000 for you. And we share the money, right, that comes in from it. So for the rent to rent, there's certain properties, again, is HMO as well. These properties are being rented by the landlord. However, it has enough space at the garden or at the backyard, and then you can renovate. There are types of gypsum board that is being used, and things like that. It's not something big deal. So you can literally extend it from 3-bedroom to 5-bedroom with as little as extra 3,000 to 5,000 pounds. Maybe you're renting it at 2,000 pounds, right? So by the time you're done with, of course, you need to take permission from the landlord, and we'll teach you all of that on Saturday, right? By the time you're done with this, you now can be making an average every month between 2,000 and 3,000 pounds, because again, you will have turned it to 5 units now. So each tenant is paying you an average of, 800 to 1,000 pounds, depend again on the location, right? So your own profit after deducting what you're paying your landlord and all of that, you're making between 2,000 and 3,000. Now, what happens that in the first 3 months, you've made back what you used to do that renovation. So you have another 9 months to make pure profit. How many of you think this is cool? So technically, in the space of 9 months, you're making between 18,000 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, to about almost 30,000 pounds pure profit, no extra work. And the good news is that you can then put that into the second deal, the third deal, the fourth deal, okay, and the fifth deal. In fact, one of my real estate mentors here in the UK had 200 of this type of properties. Everybody say 200. I'm not kidding you. I will not mention their name, but they are one of the largest real estate company in Nigeria. They one day, after discovering the opportunities in Nigeria, got rid of all their investment here in the UK, raised £4 million cash from the 200 properties they had in the UK. And then went to start afresh in Nigeria, and they're one of the largest now in Nigeria. So, can you see the money? Let me ask you that question. Can you see the money? Who can see the money now? Can you see the money? Come on, I need your energy. I don't want this dragging that you guys are doing. Can you see the money? Somebody said, no, that's not the company. Okay, can you see the money? Okay, I can say, everybody say, I can see it. I can see it. Now, how many of you are ready to pay for the training right now? Who is ready for me? Okay, who is ready to pay for the training right now? Right now, right now. Anybody ready? If you are ready to make your payment to secure your seat type, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay, so what I would do, like I promised earlier, the first 5 people to pay while we're on this call, you will be getting a 50% discount. The remaining will only get 30% discount. And the reason is because you are 46 here. And like I told you, the cost of the training itself, venue, all of that, materials you're going to be getting, because I'm going to give you a lot of other materials aside the training itself. So a lot that you're getting is way more, a whole lot. So who is ready to be part of that? Joshua, how many of you are ready, by the way? I want to see the top 5 who are ready to get the 50% discount. Right? If you're ready for the 50% discount, just type, I'm ready for the 50% discount. Okay? If you're ready, just type, I'm ready. Somebody say, I'm ready, but I'm a student. You see, these are excuses. Somebody said, poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly. Nobody is actually poor. People just passed over opportunities. right? And justify the reason, give excuses, why they can't, I'm a student. I started this company as a student. How many of you know that? If you know, type I know. If you don't know, type I don't know. I'm not kidding you. I started this company as a student. A lot of time people look at me and say, how come he's that young? Yes, I'm that young because I started as a student, right? And if I had not started as a student, I would not have been here, because by the time I graduated, the challenges of life, issues and, so I had no choice than to just continue what I started. I didn't even get a job. But if I had not started on campus, what will have happened will have been that, other things will take my attention and I will not be where I am today. So I often tell a lot of, and that's why I'm passionate about young people as well, because if I had not started on campus, I won't be here. I won't be here. If I remember, my fiance then used to call me Oga Manager, and because I started this particular hawking of electronics. Those people promised us if we sell very well, they were going to make me a manager and I'll get more commission on each electronics I sell. So when I came back and this was during ASU strike, she was, Oga Manager, Oga Manager. So when I did QA manager, she used to tease me, with that Oga Manager. But the story has changed today. And I tell people it's very important. Ola says popcorn business. I did all type of business, honestly. So when you see me getting an award today, it's not by luck. I've done almost 20 businesses that didn't work. But today, people envy me. They want to be like me. But you didn't put in what I put in. You didn't take the risk I took. Even the little one were saying, come and take. You are still thinking twice. You're not ready. Okay. So I can see a lot of people say they are ready. Joshua, drop the link. I'm taking Vero as my first client that I'm giving the 50% discount for. I'm taking Tony as, right? Yes, Tony is the second person. We have 3 more slots. Like I said, I'm only giving 5 people 50% discount. I'm not doing more than that. So that's the link. Joshua just pasted it. Can you paste it for those on Facebook, those on YouTube, across other platforms? For those of you, maybe you're watching on Instagram, you can send a DM. Okay, just send a DM if for any reason you can't see the link, because I'm not sure you can put the link for you. So just send me a DM. I can see some DM on Instagram. So send me a DM and you get, but on Facebook, just drop the link there. Okay, so Richard Abo is number 3 person I'm giving this to. So there are 2 more slots for the 50% discount. After that, it will be the 70% discount that is there. Joshua, are you sure you've reduced the price to £500 right now? So that they don't go there and it's showing £1,000. Joshua, are you there? Okay, so Joseph Adeshino say, I want to ask a question, sir. After paying for this training,
Yes, sir. They use the coupon code LUK. Yes.
It says, will you guide the person to start making money? I don't understand what you mean by will I guide the person to start making money? What's the training for? The training is guiding itself. And I've told you that for the rent to rent, if you give me the property I'm looking for, right, and you don't have all the money, we'll partner together and we'll do it. I mean, what else can I offer you? Right? I can't come to your house and force you to succeed and make money. Is that what you want me to do? Or wake you up every morning and say, please be rich? Okay, you have to motivate yourself. You have to take your own personal responsibility, but my own is to train you. And in the case where liquidity is your problem, okay, because I'm always looking for deals, right? And one of the things, by the way, bonus that you're going to be learning is called OPM. Everybody type OPM. Now, once you've done the first 2 deals, the first 5 deals, you don't need your money anymore. Okay? Catherine says, can she pay? Joshua, can they pay with credit card as well? I think it accepts credit card.
Yes, they can.
Okay, yes, you can pay with credit card as well. So do you want to take the number 4 slot, Catherine? If you're taking number 4, let me know, because like I said, I'm only taking 5 people and I'm not joking. It's a 5 to pay right now that I'm taking. So Catherine is number 4. I only have 1 slot left for the 50% discount. By the way, I need the link for the 30% discount because we're closing this 50% discount link now. So Joshua, can you create the link for those who want 30% discount? So OPM, and let me start by saying that every rich man scaled their business using OPM. OPM means other people's money. I don't care whether it's Richard Branson that you see, Bill Gates, who else is a rich man? Elon Musk, Dangote. Yes, they had what we call proof of concept. And that's what you need, really. So oftentimes I laugh when I see people say, Dr. Stephen, my problem is money. And I'm like, nobody has all the money to scale their business. Because when you understand, I'll give a practical example. For us to build 25,000, we're building 25,000 green and smart home in Africa alone between now and the year 2035. Let me repeat that again for those who didn't get it. GTEx Holdings, GTEx Homes, is building 25,000 green and smart home in Africa between now and the year 2035. That's in the next 12 years. And we've started already. Now, to do that project, it's going to be costing us $20 billion. Everybody say $20 billion. Come on, everybody type $20 billion. Come on, I'm waiting. Are you scared to mention big money? Because some people need surgery, okay, on their mindset. When certain figures are too big, some people are even scared to mention it. Like, oh boy. Now, the question is, does Stephen Akintayo personally have $20 billion to build those 25,000 green and smart home? The answer is no. So how will I raise the money? Other people's money. I could go to the capital market. I could do crowdfunding, which we still do at the moment, where we have people investing in our company and we give them returns. We have people who invest, £50,000, £100,000, and we give them returns every year as we build houses, as we make money. So that's one way. I've raised a lot of money through that alone. I could have private investors. The other day I was having a meeting with somebody in Burj Khalifa. I hosted it, and was telling me he wanted to invest $100 billion. That was the last time I had a meeting with him because I was scared. Okay, where did you get that kind of money from? Of course, it is not the owner of the money, he's representing someone. But you know what? I was just like, nah, that's too much money to go into. But that tells you that everybody that is very wealthy today had to leverage on OPM. And this is part of what you're going to be learning. So once you do maybe your first rent to rent, or your second rent to rent, or your first rent or your first buy to rent, HMO, your first, or for example, the gentleman I told you has built a £7 million property portfolio. Ladies and gentlemen, most of those money are not his own. He's able to attract investors who give him money to go and buy the next property, right? Then get a mortgage. Of course, he needs to deposit 20 to 30%, depends, right? That 20, 30% is not his money. Because once he did the first one and the second one, now he started getting people to invest with him. It's their money that he used to do the deposit, get the mortgage, and then get a bridging loan, right? And between a period of time, he pays them certain interest, pay them back their entire money once he refinances it, right? And he keeps the property to himself for life and continue to get the rental income. Is this making sense at all, guys? If it makes sense, type it makes sense, it makes sense. Come on, talk to me. Type it makes sense, it makes sense. If this is making sense, type it makes sense, it makes sense. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. So we're going to be learning more about that during the training on Saturday. So I just got someone online who is joining. So that's the 5th person. So we have fully completed the number. So Joshua, kindly drop the 30% discount link, because the 50% is over at this point. Okay, so any question so we can wrap up? But has this been worth your time? We spent an hour already. Is this helpful? Okay, even if you're not coming for the training, you've learned something. You now know there are ways, there are opportunities. I tell people that hope is what you need, really. You know, what you need is hope, that there is a way out there to be successful. You know, whether you're able to take it or not, but at least there's hope, because people get depressed because just you can see if everything looks gloomy. Everything looks like there's never going to be a way out. But once there's hope, then, you know, you are excited for the future. So I'll take a few questions and then we'll wrap it for the day. Okay, a few questions. For those who want to come for the dinner in the evening, you have my number. Just send me inquiry that you want to come, you know, and then you will be able to join us in the evening. The evening one starts by 5. The training I've talked about starts by 11 a.m. all on Saturday, 22nd. So let me take your question. If you have questions, just type. Okay, so some of you complained you are not able to make payment. So you need to use a code to get the 50% discount. Is that it, Joshua?
This new one dropped is for the 30% discount.
So if they go to the link right now, it's giving them the 50% discount. Is that it?
If they go to the link now, it's still giving 50%, but we'll call that off within the next few minutes.
Okay, so you are removing that in the next. So how many minutes are you giving to those who have indicated?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, so all of the first 5 people that we gave the opportunity to pay 50%, you have 10 minutes to make your payment. After that, the only price you will see there is £1,000, and then you now need this code late UK, because it will just show £1,000. So, but when you use the code late UK, it will then give you 30% discount. Remember, I'm only giving 50% discount to only the first 5 to pay. You know, so make your payments up, and then you have the late. For those who maybe want to do Naira, you want to do transfer, that option is available. Just ask. They will give you that as well. So I have a question here. I love to know names of those asking questions. So if you can put your name, I appreciate it. Okay, so I have a question for those who wanting as a student to start real estate brokerage. What's the advice you have for them? Training. You know, you see, you cannot do business in this part of the world without training. Okay, this is not Nigeria. You know, in Nigeria, everything you can say, you can use your brain and carry it. But you have, you know, you have to make sure that you get training. And I say this oftentimes, if you come to the UK and you're using the Nigerian sense in the UK, you're going to fail big time. So I remember I'm supposed to do a particular property deal next year in the US. My lawyer alone, I have signed a retainer of £50,000 with my lawyer for that deal. Everybody start £50,000. That's what I'm paying. Now, somebody else will say, hey, I don't need that, because of course I didn't need a lawyer to do that. but I'm trying to not make mistakes. Okay? Because this is not these are not environments that you want to make mistakes. So you need, because each mistake will cost you so much. And I've seen people like that. I've met people who tell me, Dr. Steven, I will never try business again. I'm here in the UK or I'm here in the US. And I say, what happened? Oh, the first business I tried, I lost £100,000. I'll be like, yeah, but you could have paid somebody £5,000 to have learned the whole process very well and not make such a loss, right? But a lot of people wouldn't. They, just, oh, no, I get it. I can figure it out. Do not play figure it out in this part of the world. Go for training. One of my real estate mentors is Grant Cardone. I said last, even though now it's now $100,000. I said last, Grant Cardone charged me $50,000 for 1 hour, and it's virtual. $50,000 for 1 hour, and it's virtual. $50,000 is virtual. Kindly wait for Tony Joshua. Tony is about to make his payment. Kindly wait for him, please.
Okay, sir.
Right. So $50,000, and it's virtual. For how many of you can do that? Pay somebody $50,000 for 1 hour for a virtual session. Okay. Even if you have the money, you say, hey, how many land will I buy in Nigeria? Okay. How many land I can buy? If I go to our village, I'll even be the king of the village. Okay. I'll buy 20 hectares. But in future, you now hear Steve Akitayo is what's this? Steve Akitayo is doing this. Steve Akitayo is, well, you should ask, what are the sacrifices we're making? So I'm begging you. When I was on campus, I never called myself a student. I think it's a wrong way. If I ask you now that you say you're a student, you are here for your master's into your law. You are an adult. Remove those mindsets, because these are limiting mindsets. As a student on campus, when I go outside campus and I talk, I don't introduce myself as a student. Okay, I do not. Okay, Joshua, you have somebody on Instagram who needs the link to make payment, right? I do not introduce myself as a student. I don't, okay? Because it's a limiting mindset. It tells you, okay, I'm a student. So I have the liberty not to do well. Is that it? Because I'm a student, it's, it's a license not to aspire to do something bigger. Uche, Catherine, your payment has been confirmed. So Joshua, Uche, Catherine's payment is confirmed.
Noted, sir.
So it's not a license. Being a student is not a license to, you see, people see it as a license to, not aspire to be bigger and to do bigger things. I don't think it's right. That you're a student should even be saying to yourself, I'm starting my empire as a student. I'm going to grow it to something bigger. And I'm starting right now. There are a lot of businesses I've told you. Yeah, there's a limit to the jobs you can do, but there's no limit to you doing a business as a student. There's no limit. Chima says, no, Tessa, I'm an undergraduate. I just started journey of learning about real estate from you. You're welcome, so take it to the next level. Adedapo says, sir, why I introduce myself as a student, data scientist, but as it is to pay for training, I just had to open up. Again, you may not be able to afford today, that's okay. Richard Abbo says you please, he's trying to make payment. Can you hold on for him as well? Catherine Godwin says, how I wish I knew this years ago. And that's the truth, right? Today people come for my training and they just be like, Dr. Steven, I wish I had met you years ago. I'm regretting because I've put in 30 years into NHS. What have you, like looking back at, and one of my biggest pain is how a lot of young people are just rushing to the UK and no plan. Let me say this, and I'm being honest. The Western world was not created to favor employees. Let me repeat it again. The Western world was not structured, okay, for employees to become wealthy. It's not structured that way. In Africa, you can hear that somebody was a former employee, right? And, maybe a deal came out. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. If you hear the story of Alakija used to be a secretary of somebody. It was in the course of that, in fact, it was through her boss she met the IBBs and started doing fashion for Miriam Babangida. The issue of oil happened, blah, 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 blah. And opportunity opened up. You hear such stories. Even Tony Elumelu used to work as executive assistant to a man in Nigeria. And you see how big it is today. But when you look at the way, and you can hear some of them, it's not as if they had money or anything, opportunities open while they were working. But the way the Western world is designed, okay, is not designed for you to be, it's just designed for you to patch it and be okay and be all right. And then if you now analyze it, you're working for the government because you have to take 40% as tax. So you are a slave to the government. You are working for your landlord because you don't pay your mortgage or you don't pay your rent. You are out, and you know that already. You are evicted. You sleep on the street. You are working for the car company, okay, and the taxes. You know this. And before you say Jack Robinson, 10 years is gone. 20 years is gone. I have many of my clients in Nigeria who bought property from me in Nigeria, and they said, Dr. Stephen, if I had met you, let's even say I was sending your company £2,000 every month, I will have owned not less than 20 properties today, and the value of those properties will have been worth hundreds of thousands of pounds. But, I was just having this hope. I want to own my house in the UK, not knowing that it's almost so difficult. I tell people, mortgage for your own residential accommodation, it's one of the most difficult things to work in this part of the world. Who agrees with me? Because you go in for a mortgage of 20 years. What is the guarantee you will not lose your job in 20 years? What's the guarantee your income will be static in 20 years and that you will not default on your mortgage? I know how many people have shared with me how they lost 3 properties in space of 30 years being in the US. 3 properties. Because something happened to their job, they defaulted. Now, they sold the property, claiming the bank will auction the property. And what the bank told her was that they sold it below the market price. And that the money had been used to cater for that. Even the equity she thought had built up on it. That's why when you're doing real estate, you should think of real estate first for the purpose of investment in this part of the world. I would rather, have a real estate asset for investment than have the one I live in. I would still prefer to be a tenant, in this part of the world. And first owned 5 to 10 properties that the tenant is paying me money. So that by the time I go into mortgage, it is my tenant's money that I'm using to pay my mortgage. That way guarantee, first of all, I'm not under pressure. If something goes on with my work, with my income, guarantee I will be able to pay off my mortgage and own my own property. Have you learned something today? Come on, talk to me. Have you learned something? Okay? Have you learned something, guys? Talk to me. Okay, beautiful. I can hear a lot of you say, yes, 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 yes. So, unfortunately, these are things most people don't know and didn't invest in. And when I say, why didn't you know it? You also didn't know it because you didn't go for training. Me, that I also know it was because I went for training. As I speak to you, with all my success in real estate, I am still doing a course with Harvard University just to understand the US real estate market better. Okay, and I'm about to do some very big real estate moves in the US next year. Okay, and rather than just rushing to go and be putting money into something I don't understand, and then I lose all my money, and then begin to blame it on the fact that I decide to do business, which that's not really the problem. The problem was I didn't go for knowledge. Always get the knowledge of an investment before the investment itself. It is the knowledge that you should prioritize. Okay, because once you have the knowledge, even if you don't execute it immediately, you can execute it at another time, right? But the knowledge is your property for life, and you can always use it at any time that you want. So I tell people that is how you want to build your life. Any final question so that we can wrap up? I need to rest. I just finished another training even before this one. So I need to go rest. So who is ready? Any more question? One more question. Okay. No more question. Congratulations to all of you who have succeeded in paying. I honestly cannot wait to see you guys Saturday. It promises to be great. Yes, I can't wait to see you, Catherine. It's going to be an amazing time. You can chat me. For some of you having challenges paying, just chat me +447949652845. Let me repeat the number. +447949652845. Eugenia Oluchi, go ahead with your question. It will be the last question I will take. Again, the number for those of you joining across social media platform is +447949652845. When you're chatting, it's not a call, it's a chat, and it's a WhatsApp chat. Number one, make sure you state your full name, not your half name, full name. Number two, go straight into the request that you have. Go straight into your request, right? Don't do long story. How's your wife? How's your children? You probably don't even know them, except you see them on social media. So I love straight because I deal with a lot of inquiries, so I love straight questions, straight to the point. Okay, of course, it doesn't mean you should be rude. At least greet me. But what I'm saying is that all this hello, then I'll say hi, then how are you? I say I'm fine. How was your day? My day was fine. How's your family? I don't have time for that. Okay, so just type the greeting, the congratulations on the award, type everything at once and push. Okay, and then I'll respond once I see it at once as well. So Adedapo Adetunji says, for some of us that have short-term plan to stay in the UK, let's say that maybe 10 to 15 years, can we invest in Nigeria real estate under your platform? Are you asking? What are you waiting for? We're available for you. All various opportunities. You want to invest in Dubai? We're here. Nigeria? We're here. Ghana? We're entering Ghana and Zambia. US? We're here for you. Right? So absolutely, we're available to help you out. So Oluchi says, from Nigeria, I'm a realtor here. I want to know if there is a real estate company I can partner to sell properties in the UK. Yes, you can partner with GTEX. Just join the GTEX and Associate program and ask for the properties we have available in the UK to sell, and you're free to sell. Okay, we have as many for you to sell. Now, for those of you who are students and are here, you're a student and you want to attend this event, okay, send me a chat message. I will give you a flexible payment. I will extend the 50% discount to you. but allow you make a deposit and give you 30 days to pay the balance because you're a student. Please, if you are not a student, don't chat me for this. Okay? Yoruba will say, Junior Roju. So you've heard this, particularly this I did that for, you won't let me rest over. Is a student, Okay. I can't give you less than that £500 because that's the £500, the cost of production. You know, so if you're a student with approval, prove you're a student, I will extend the £500 to you and then allow you make a deposit tonight. You have to deposit something tonight, then give you 30 days to pay the rest, okay? Just so that you don't miss out. But honestly, I think it is now that you're a student that you need this kind of training and you need to begin to start because many of them, you can start now that you're a student because you are still somebody's liability, right? Even if you are sponsoring yourself, there was still somewhere, some source, you can still get empathy of people, right? And all of those opportunities. So this is the best time. You can even gather your friends together, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, right? And together you guys can, you do something together. Yes, the account number has been shared. Tony, it says it's keep declining. Can you post again the account number for Tony? The account number is there's Monzo. Is a Monzo account. Just do a transfer 3109 3428. Okay, the Swift code is 040004. Monzo, right? So you have 3109 3428, right? So it's been sent. Tony, have you seen it so we can wrap up? You've seen it, so screenshot it. Good luck, everyone. Thank you once again for being part of today's event. I appreciate you all. I love you all. I wish you all the best. And those of you coming for my class, I cannot wait to see you all. I love you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Doctor. We really appreciate you. That was awesome. That was awesome. I think it took us about 1.5 hours. Yes, 1.5 hours.
Please call me. I don't pick calls. Send a WhatsApp message. I'm seeing some people call me. Please don't call me. I don't like it's an invasion of my privacy. WhatsApp message. This is why sometimes I don't like giving out my number. WhatsApp chats. No calls, please.
Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate it. That's about 1.5 hours of value being dished out. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for everyone that has joined. Right. Doctor has requested that we extend the 50% discount for the next few minutes while we are still on this call, right? And that's why we are going to do this. After now, then any payment is going to be 30%. And also, please don't let's forget, for some of us that are students, we can reach out to Doctor on the line drop, the UK line, just drop a chat with a proof that you're a student. Then you'll be allowed to pay, then definitely balance within 30 days. We've gotten 4 points. There are a lot of ways to make money in the UK, and the rest will be discussed in the event on Saturday. So it's going to be a great one. I'm going to drop the link again. Finally, we can still use the coupon code LUK. Still use the coupon code LUK. £1,000, but that coupon code would discount it to £500. That's a 50% discount. After now, we'll be getting only 30% discount. So please, let's make use of this opportunity while on this call. And every other detail will be sent to your mail. Thank you for joining us. For those of us who are going to make use of this opportunity, we'll contact you by email and send you every detail, address, room, hall number, or conference hall number, and every other thing you'll be needing. Finally, I'll be dropping our office line. That's our office line. You can reach us anytime for any questions. Even after this meeting, if you have more questions, more clarifications, or any other thing you need at all concerning the Stephen Akintayo Foundation brand or GTEx Holdings as a parent company at large, you can always reach out to us, and we'll be very, very, very happy to help you on the journey with us. Thank you once again for joining. It has been an hour and a half, and it has been very, very great with Dr. Stephen. So that's good night from me. Every other question can be channeled to that number. Thank you and good night.